It's a known fact. Deep down, we know that we should be doing something with our money. We've all heard about investing, whether that be in stocks, property, cryptocurrency, art, and even the new craze being NFTs. However, one thing that I've noticed, especially with younger people, is that we often go with the notion that we'll kind of forget about it for now, and later on in life when we've got a bit of an income and a job, maybe then we'll think about it. Hello, my name is Wijahat and welcome back to the channel. I'm a nobody on the internet, but here's my take on why I think everyone should be investing. Let's get straight to it. This idea of saving your money, keeping it nice and safe in a bank, well, not gonna lie, I think it's complete BS. And I think no matter how old you are or where you are in life, you should be investing. Investing is a way that you can get your money working for you rather than lose money. And we'll go into this in a bit more detail. I think it's the best way to build long-term wealth, and it's all because of one powerful equation: compounding. Now, apparently Albert Einstein was once asked what is the best or most powerful mathematical equation of all time, and he replied with compounding. The way that compounding works is, let's say for example I went ahead and bought £1,000 worth of stock. Now, an average index fund typically gives you around 10% annually, and so every year that £1,000 will probably get to £1,100, a 10% rise. Now the following year, that £1,100 will also gain another 10%, so it will be worth £1,210. And then the following year, another 10% on top of that, and another 10% the following year after that. And you see, this kind of cycle continues for however long you're invested. As you continue to put money into this investment pot, every single year they should keep growing and growing and growing until you can pretty much live off your investment. Once you get to that stage, you can call yourself financially free, and I think that's why it's such an important thing to do, with so many people nowadays struggling, at the age of 65, 70, still trying to find work because their pension isn't quite cutting it. This is a way that you can avoid that completely. You can live a nice and happy retirement, and it's so easy to do. The interesting thing is that the earlier you start, the more time you've got for this compounding effect to take place, and that can make a really big difference in the long term. Even something like 1 or 2 years can make a big difference in how your overall portfolio looks, in 30 years time. And so because of this, I think it's so important that we all get started with investing. You see, one of the worst things that I think that you can do is to just put your money into a savings account. And yes, if you need the money within a year or so, then yeah, go ahead, put your money in a savings account. But if you don't need to touch that money for 10 years, then invest it. Honestly, it's shocking that no one teaches us any of this sort of stuff in school. And today I can hopefully teach you guys 1 or 2 things at the cost of smashing the like button. The reason why putting your money into a savings account is so bad is because the interest rate is essentially nothing. Inflation is often higher than the interest rate that you get from your savings account, and so by just keeping your money into that savings account, your money is basically becoming devalued every single day. Let's say you had £1,000 and you put it into a savings account. Now, from a quick Google, I found that the current interest rates are on average around 0.04%. So in a year, what would that be? That £1,000 is now worth £1,000 and 40 pence. Congratulations, you've made 40p in a year. In fact, you haven't made anything at all. You've actually lost money. With the current inflation rate being just under 1%, it means that £1,000 and 40 pence, with its purchasing power, is only worth £990. So you've actually lost money. Do you see why it sucks? So to avoid this, we should all be investing, and there's lots of different ways that we can all do this. The most common form of investing is to buy stocks. Now, stocks are essentially small fractions of companies that you can actually buy into, and so you can become part owner alongside hundreds of thousands, if not millions of other people. You can buy stocks in a lot of your favorite companies, and it can actually make you a good amount of money. Now you might ask, how do you make money from buying stocks? And there's 2 ways. The first way is from the growth of a company. Now I could go and buy an Apple share which might cost me £100. And in a few years, if Apple continues to grow and I continue to buy all their products, hopefully Apple continues to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the value of the company will reflect that. As a result, the stock price will also go up. And in a few years time, it could be worth £200. I could then go ahead and sell my share, and that would give me a profit of £100. The second way involves something called a dividends. Now, a dividends is a payment that a company gives to its shareholders as a way of saying thank you for investing in the company. Now, not every single company offers a dividends, but there are many that do, and a famous example is Coca-Cola, who have been paying dividends for the past 30 odd years. These payments typically go directly from the company you've invested in into your account, and they can be quarterly, they can be monthly, or they can be annually. And they all have different amounts that they will give. These payments go directly from the company into your account, and it varies based on whatever the company is and how much they decide to offer. Honestly, it's so easy to just get started with this. You can just literally download an app, and within minutes you can be investing in some of your favorite companies. Even if you're less than 18, you can open junior investing accounts, or you can just do it for your parents. If you're above 18, you've got no excuses. You can open an account right now and you can get started with investing. One question I know that a lot of you will be asking is, I don't have any money, how can I get started with investing? And I've said this before, I think even if you've got £5 or £10, I think it's still worth investing. I think it's still worth you opening an account, putting that money in, because you're just going to learn so much about the entire process, and that information is so valuable for your future. In terms of what kind of platform you should use, there's lots to choose from. Go around, have a look, see which one you prefer. I might make a video on this in the future if a lot of you want. If you have any other ideas or videos that you would like, drop them in the comment section below. Another thing that you can invest in are something called bonds. Now, bonds are essentially an instrument that you can buy just like a stock, but what they are exactly is they're loans that you can give to other companies or governments whenever they need them. Typically, they are a lot less riskier, and as a result you don't really get the same amount of return from them. However, if that's something you're interested in and you want to kind of play it safe, then I think that's still better than keeping your money in a savings account, because you're still going to be beating inflation with them. You can find these bonds on the same kind of investing platforms that you're using for your stocks, and you can have a look and see which ones you like. One of the better investments, in my opinion, especially if you're going for the long term, is something called index funds or ETFs. I've mentioned about index funds in a previous video, so go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. But just briefly, index funds are baskets full of companies that you can invest in. They kind of help you to avoid the risks that are associated with investing in just one individual company. One of the most popular examples is the S&P 500, which consists of the top 500 US companies, things like Facebook, Amazon, Google, Alphabet, Microsoft, Nike, all these big companies, the top 500, all in one basket that you can buy. And if you want to learn more about them, there's plenty of videos on the internet, or you can just watch my video that I've made. Link will be in the description. Lastly, one of my personal favorites and a very juicy topic at the moment, and that's cryptocurrency. I think there's plenty of opportunities to find within the crypto space at the moment. There's lots of innovating, cool, new projects that are coming around these days. And I think, give it time, this whole industry is going to keep on growing. Even right now, I'm continuing to buy into various different projects all the time. And yes, it can be a bit complex, and so therefore I recommend you read and learn a bit about what cryptocurrency is, how it works exactly, and if you've got any specific questions, you can always send me a DM on Insta. If you feel like you're ready to buy cryptocurrency, then go ahead and watch my guide so you can figure out step by step exactly how to do so you can own yourself some Bitcoin or Ethereum or Cardano or any other kind of project that you're into. This is something that I tell a lot of people, but I really think that cryptocurrency is kind of what our parents and grandparents had 30 years ago when they could have bought houses for like 20 grand or 10 grand. This is our opportunity, and I think we really should take it. Anyway, as a whole, I think investing is very doable for everyone. Like I mentioned, even if you don't have much money, I think it's really good to just get started and learn about some of these principles, because they'll help you for the rest of your life. I think investing is so important, even if you're young. And I hope that this video could really help you guys. As always, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel as always, and I'll be back with more regular content now. My exams are over, and you should see a few more videos soon.